Hello my friends and welcome to part 10 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Solo Mode Dex overview. And so I'll go ahead and go to the one after the Beat Troopers in today's video. Very nice. I don't think I'm gonna get all the missions done for the that new KC Cup, unfortunately. Well, no, it's not KC Cup, Duelist Cup. But that's okay. I wasn't too worried. I kind of figured I wouldn't be able to. Because this is like definitely the bigger thing. And looks like I'm getting kind of close to being done. That's pretty cool. I mean, look at that. So I just finished this one. Wait, no. I mean, I just finished this one, so now I can move on to the We the Merry Plunder Patrol, which is nice. So I'll do that. But I'll try to go quick. Okay, the first one here. Prideful Pirates. Deck description. The Plunder Patrol have a chance to call forth monsters from the X deck not only on your turn, but also during the opponent's turn. The effects of Whitebeard the Plunder Patrol Helm and Redbeard the Plunder Patrol Matey special summon powerful Plunder Patrol monsters from the X deck while they have the effect of becoming equipped cards themselves. The attributes of your opponent's monsters are important, so don't forget to check before activating effects. See, the only thing about this deck is that, like, it might be sometimes kind of difficult to get the right attributes because, like, the ones that you can special summon from the X deck are kind of dependent on your opponent's attribute. So if your opponent doesn't have the right attribute, you might not be able to special summon the exact right monster you want to special summon from the X deck. Or, like, any at all, because, like, of course, the Plum Trolls don't cover every attribute. They do cover a lot of them. But, let's see. Looks like the Plum Trolls don't cover... They cover water, fire, light, and dark. Which are probably some of the, like, more common attributes. But the attributes they don't cover are Earth. How many attributes are there? Oh, Earth and Wind. I think that's it. Earth and Wind. Anyway, going through the deck here. This one is used to be able to special summon a level 4 guy from your hand. Usable for going into Plunder Patrol, this one. Or if it special summons a tuner, you can go for this guy. Or if you don't want to go for either one, you can just go for this guy. Yeah. And then this one is one of the ones that have the quick effect of being able to special summon Plunder Patrol, as long as it has the same attribute as monster your opponent controls. That's another thing. If your opponent doesn't have any monsters, if your opponent doesn't have any face-up monsters, which is probably going to usually be not a thing, but for cases that it is, you won't be able to, like, also go into anything. Anyway. Redbeard. Another one of those guys that have that same quick effect. And they also have effects when they're sent from the hand of monster zone to the graveyard. This one allows you to special summon a Plunder Patrol from your deck, which is a really nice effect. This one allows you to equip this card to a Plunder Patrol monster that you have on the field, which isn't too bad either, because it basically helps some of these guys that like to have Plum Trolls equips them. Like, all of these basically make the effects quick effects when they're, well, a lot of these make the effects quick effects when they're equipped with a plunge hole card. This one just is already a quick effect. It just has the bonus effect of adding a plunge hole card afterwards, which basically really helps to be able to like constantly be able to loop it. So pretty nice. Okay, Bluebeard doesn't have that quick effect, but does have a decent enough if it's sent from the hand of monster zone to the graveyard effect. I think a lot of these guys have like that kind of thing when they're sent like to the graveyard. Well, sent from the hand of monster zone. This one doesn't, but it does have a pretty nifty graveyard effect, allowing you to special summon herself by discarding a card. And then this one has a pretty good set of abilities as well. This one allows you to recur one of your Plunder Patrol monsters while adding that monster to hand, which is pretty nice. And then also it allows you to special summon one of your Plunder Patrol monsters that are equipped to another monster, because then they'll basically be treated as spells and traps. Anyway, and then like a lot of these other cards, like this is here for like more defense. This is here because like it will help trigger a lot of the plunge patrol guys. This is here because like this can like get you like recursion of your link, maybe of your synchro, since it isn't required to be synchro summon in order to be able to like use its effect. And this is also and a lot of these also kind of cool because they don't really require you to have material. So like you can, so they will still definitely be pretty live even if you like spell summon them from the graveyard. Foolish Burial, to be able to send off one of your plum trolls. You could send off the Golden Hair because she has that nifty graveyard effect. Unfortunately for a lot of these, it won't activate their effects because it has to be from the hand or monster zone. But that can actually at least make fodder for the plunge troll black eyes guy as well. And then drag down another way to be able to proc some of your plunge trolls. Although this time your opponent gets to pick, so you want to kind of watch out, because if you have like something in hand that like doesn't get an effect when sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, they're probably just going to choose that instead. So you kind of want to make sure all of the cards in your hand are going to be ones you want to have discarded before you go for this one. Terraforming, because it adds the field spell, which is this. I'll go more into detail of that later. Power of Avarice. Once you get enough monsters in the grave, you can shuffle them all back, draw 2 cards. You can even target your X deck monsters too, which is pretty nifty. Plunge Patrol shipping. Man, so weird. The fusion spell, to be able to bring out this one. Pretty nifty quick effect. A few nifty quick effects on the fusion. Emblem of the Plunder Patrol. It's another equip spell to be able to help give your guys either the extra effects or make them quick effects. Plunder Patrol Shipyard. Be able to add your Plunder Patrols so that you can get your plays going. And also it's easy enough to grab it back, which is nice. Plunder Patrol Party. This is good when you have like something with a lot of equip cards on it, and then you can like potentially like refill your hand by quite a bit. You even get an extra card on top of it because it is +1. It's only once per duel though. So, but at least you can. Oh, I think the last effect, the one that like says it can equip itself to a card, I think that one's once per duel. So like you'll be able to like draw cards like plenty of times with it. Plunge Patrol Booty, allowing you to change your opponent's attributes so that if your opponent has the wrong attribute, you can change it to make it so that they have the right attribute. That helps for bringing out the exact right exceed or synchro fusion you want for the situation. Plunder Patrol, okay, and then Plunder Patrol. Basically, I don't know what this is for. Like, the first effect isn't really going to be all that great because you know your opponent's also going to be playing Plunge Patrol. But I guess you could just send one of the non-Plunge Patrols to the graveyard. Yeah, and so that should be good. You could also just look at the X deck and send one monster from there to the graveyard. Like, if they're playing any one-ofs, you can, like, send it. So that could be pretty good. Like, I'm playing a few one-ofs right here. Yeah, and then also it's nice because it draws you a card every time Plunge Patrol destroys an opponent's monster with battle. And that's not once per... Oh, each effect. Never mind. Never mind. That draw one card is a once per turn, but it's still pretty nice. I mean, advantage is advantage. And then the fusion... It's pretty nice since it's another way to be able to like special summon your Plunge Patrols after you gone sick of like have them be equipped if you want to use them for something else. And it also has a nifty monster negate. And that's like always just some quick effect, which is nice. And you can even add yourself any Plunge Patrol card if you have a Plunge Patrol equipped, which shouldn't be too hard. And then Bran. Banishes a spell or trap card on your opponent controls, and it's a quick effect if it's equipped with a Plunge Patrol. And it also allows you to add Plunge Patrol monster from your deck to your hand. So that's cool. This one is the one that allows you to add anything, which is nifty. Groza is one you can go into if you don't want to go for the Bran for some reason. It allows you to negate a monster's effect, and a lot of these are quick effects. That's pretty neat. Yeah. And then, do you have any fiends? I don't think. I mean, actually, all the Plunge Patrols are fiends. These are all fiends. Wow, so that is pretty nifty. I didn't even think about this, but it is a super rare, so I probably didn't have this one anyway. But that is pretty interesting, since like the fiend one will probably be proccing pretty well. This is actually a good card that goes along with the deck, since like they're all fiends and you're having a lot of them going from the hand to the graveyard in various ways. So yeah, this should proc it pretty well. And then it lets you either make this card undestroyable by battle, undestroyable by card effect, which is probably the better of the three options, or unable to be targeted. The unable to be destroyed is probably going to be the better option of the three, but that's actually not a once per turn. So like the final effect, like you could potentially make him all three if you can send three, but like it's probably like really like you're just going for the second one, the not being destroyed by card effects. And then Dugress, you kind of saw this in the dangers. It's just like a good way of like being able to get like a slightly less powerful graceful charity effect. Pretty nice because it only calls for 2 level 4s. You do skip your next draw phase, but I mean, like Reckless Greed is kind of makes you skip your next draw phase too, and people still play that. Then again, well, never mind. Plum Troll Ship Mowork lets you banish and affect monster your opponent trolls. This is probably the better of the two of these. Since like monsters are probably you're probably gonna see, but like I mean the opponent here plays enough spells and traps that are probably both gonna be fine. It's nice to have options though. And then if this happens to have materials, you even get to protect your plum trolls, but it's mostly gonna be used for the banishing effect, I would say. And then Blackbeard is basically the easiest one to bring out. And then he's basically there to help make it a little bit easier to bring out some of your other extra deck guys. Yeah. And then Unicorn, of course, because nice card. Like, this should be pretty straightforward what it does. Helps get rid of threats. And then I'll go over opponent's deck. But, like, I won't, like, spend as much time on the Plum Troll since I, like, went into a little bit of detail already. Anyway, this one's called Grand Voyage of Surprises. And then the deck description reads, this deck takes advantage of effects such as performing a Trick Clown and unexpected die, or is it day, that make it easy to special summon level 4 monsters to synchro and exceed summon Plunder Patrol monsters. Furthermore, the use of fire, light, and dark monsters makes it easier to activate the effect of Emblem of the Plum Troll, which is special summoning a Plum Troll monster from your deck. Try activating when you have the chance. Anyway, so this one I think is more focused on the level 4 strategy. I think the other one, mine, actually, mine did also have a lot of level 4s, but this one has more monsters. This one has more monsters. So this one is probably gonna like be more likely to like have monsters on the field than like the other one. But like it's not too much less. Like I was able to see monsters on my field often enough. But yeah, this one has kind of a different way of being able to like put out like more than one monster. This one also is kind of nice because the performing Trick Clown is a way to like special summon itself out, which is kind of cool. Still has a tuner, but I think this one only has one of the tuner. Yeah, this one only has one of the tuner. Oh, it also has this. So I think it also has less tuners than like the other one too. So that's interesting. And also the normals. They definitely wanted. And they have like, oh, they were more focused on the unexpected day to basically get a free level 4 on the field. That's interesting enough. And then Darkwood Dealings. This is probably better since this is like more control versus like that other one where like your opponent gets to choose. So they're basically just picking the one that would be the lesser one to send. Although you can still get kind of controlled by like activating after like when, at a point when you know like no matter what they discard, like it's gonna be a good one. But so it's just different. But I think Darkwood Dealing's probably the better. But they also aren't playing card destruction. Or is it hand destruction? I think it's card destruction. The one that gets rid of the entire hand and you draw the same amount. But both players. This is also both players though. But I guess the thing about drawing down into the grave is like also you basically have control for your opponent. So it might actually be better, like, because like I mean like since you basically get to control it and your opponent doesn't really have a chance to because it's not their turn yet. So yeah, it's just different. I think my opponent's also playing more of the fusion spell. And then emblem. I kind of went over that. But it has like that ability that like a lot of the that the link and fusion has, like of like special summoning and basically one of your extra cards has that graveyard effect. Oh, my opponent's also playing few of the field spell and like no way to search it, so I guess there's also that. Oh, my opponent's playing hand destruction. This will also proc the plunder patrols though, since they don't have to be specifically discarded, just sent from the hand to the graveyard. Yeah. But besides that, they're playing one extra prior to the plunder patrol. So it's just a different take. It still seems pretty good. They're playing, my opponent's playing Stardust Spark Dragon instead of that Groza. This one, this might be a little bit better though, because like, I mean, like this one you actually get to like target a card to make it unable to be destroyed by battle or card effects, while with the Groza, in order to make him like unable to be destroyed by battle in addition to card effects, you basically had to like use that effect twice, which doesn't really matter anyway, because definitely the destroyed by card effects is bigger. But this one you actually get to choose, like whereas with Groza it's only him. So yeah, and then Maestroke is another way to protect. This he can protect himself by detaching an exceeding material. So pretty cool, and also it can like basically flip a monster in the face down the fence. It's not a quick effect, so you can't like do it during the opponent's turn, but it still can be decent if it's your turn and you really just want to like flip a monster face down. Maybe it can be good against the brand like before you like set something, just so they can't just like banish it. Nightmare Phoenix instead of Unicorn doesn't target as good cards, but it's different. So there's definitely like gives and takes for this deck versus how my deck is. But I think it should be about equal power level. Track Black. This is one that lets Okay, you're probably just drawing one card a turn with this thing, but still, not bad. It's another way to draw a card. And if you have it in addition to the Pride, you could potentially draw 2 cards in that turn, which is pretty nice. So yeah. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for today. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and do some more legacy packs. I'll just wait just in case for the Duelist Cup. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing more of that or not. Okay, so Grenosaurus, ooh, nice. It's another hollow. Drill Warrior, Shiranui Samurai Saga, Flame Swordsman, Razor Lizard, Gundari, Star Blast, Swords of Burning Light, Pyramid of Light, Road Synchron, Power Splier, Blackwing Gust, the Back Blast, Performing Potito Tata Hopper, Giruchin Kuwagata, Insect Knight, Array of Revealing Light, cool. Timidity, Taunt, Aegis of Gaia, DD Recruits, I guess I'll give it up to, where's Gundari? Yeah, I'm just gonna give it up to Aegis of Gaia. If you can somehow give this card to your opponent before like it's taken off the field, you could potentially make your opponent take 3,000 damage instead of you. Huh. But that's probably not gonna happen. Maybe if you're able to like also flip this down to face this back to face down position after activating it, I don't think and then like you destroy it afterwards, like you can also keep yourself from taking 3,000 damage. But yeah, so there are ways to be able to keep yourself from taking 3,000 damage, but it's probably gonna be like kind of difficult, like not really worth it. But I'll still just give it to that. Just because I don't know, I kind of like, I just like this card. But I can also give it to Flame Swordsman. Since if like those of you remember, this is a pretty iconic original anime card from the very first Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Yeah. So yeah, nothing much to say, I don't think, like about either of them like today. Like I just picked the one that I thought like were the most standout-ish to me. But yeah, if anyone would like to say what your favorites were from the pack opening today, if you can, feel free. And now with that done, I'll go ahead and say thank you to everyone who stayed for the duels. If anyone would like to carry that off to those who did and who didn't stay for the pack opening, I need to remember to like say it earlier. Still working on that. Thank you for those who stayed for the pack opening, and a big thank you to those who stayed for both. Okay, now with that out of the way, I'll move on to the outro. Please like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to ring that notification bell for either all of my regular content or personalized regular content if you'd like. You can set personalized notifications by clicking the bell and then clicking on personalized, and that's also how you can do all. So with personalized, you will only get notified about the content that you actually are watching. So if you're only watching the Macedol content, you'll be notified of that. Anyway, if you'd like to further help me out, please be sure to leave a comment down below as well, because it helps the algorithm. It further helps get my videos out to more people. If you would like some examples of what you can comment down below, you can feel free to comment if you have any prayer requests, if you would like to further discuss the verse, if you have any thoughts on it, if you would like to give me feedback or criticism on anything that I talked about in today's video. if you would maybe like to give me some advice, that would be fine too. Also, if you would like to keep it simple, you can always post an emote as well. Just a simple emote will be good enough. Just be worried that if you post the same emote multiple times, YouTube may eventually lock you out of posting that for a few hours. So I just want to warn you about that. And also, I hope to see a lot of you in the next of this Macedal series, or in the next video that I will be posting up the next day. Bye everyone.